This episode of the OverDogs Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Stake.
I was actually wondering about with Dillon Danis because he had more pimples on his back than Chael Sonnen did when he fought Anderson Silva.
That's what we've been asking for. Stop picking Ben Askren or like 56-year-old fucking retired fighters. Fight someone who comes forward and bangs.
That's wild.
I always felt I was a heavyweight at heart, you guys. I used to always wrestle with like huge guys and like hold my own.
So what is it about your fighting style? Like, is it always the goal to get them out quick, or is it just comes naturally?
I just got good like killer instincts. Like I can just tell like when someone's hurt, you know. I won't let you come back.
Yo, it's Platinum Mike Perry, Ice Bagz, and Mac Malley. We're here, OverDogs Podcast, episode 10. Believe it and achieve it.
There we go. Episode 10 of OverDogs, sponsored by Stake.com and Can Pie Collective, the best streetwear brand, worn by all the UFC fighters, Johnny Jones, Mike Perry, Mighty Mouse, the fucking list goes on, Ilya Taporia. You can find their clothing at wearkc.com. But yeah, we're getting rocking tonight. We'll talk about UFC 294. We obviously broke some huge news, last week, right before we all went to England. We broke the Volk news, right? So Mac, I want to get your thoughts on that, because Mac's probably the most in tune with the social media side of it and just what the journalists are saying. So when we broke the Volk news and everybody said it was fake and fucking capping and everything else, what was the consensus?
Well, I'll just tell the whole story. Like, it was funny as fuck. I was sitting there, watching baseball or something, and you text me and you're like, yo, we're going to break some fucking massive news, retweet it and say you can confirm. And I'm like, okay, what is it? You're like, I'll just, you'll see. So I'm wondering, like, if it was going to be the Perry fight with Alvarez or something like that. And then I see the fucking tweet, and I'm like, there's no fucking way, dude. Like, there's no fucking way. This is, like, the biggest news of the year. Yeah, so I called you right away. What'd you tell me? You explained why you would know, because I was like, dude, I'm not going to fucking say I can confirm that unless I know. You explained how you knew, without getting identifying our sources and shit. And, I was like, this is legit. And it was funny because we knew more stuff, too. But at first, when I retweeted it and I said I can confirm, there were a lot of people that were like, Mac doesn't try to do this. Like, I don't care about breaking news. It's cool when we do, but it's never been a goal. So people knew it wasn't cap. And then we were validated twice.
Yeah, 30 minutes later. I mean, essentially, Dana had to answer that question at the press conference. But yeah, we're not here to break news. I mean, the show is the fighting, betting, drinking, and dumb shit show, right? Like, we're just here to have a good time and bring like a different perspective when it comes to the fight game. But we broke the Volk news. We then broke the Paulo Costa news first, that he was out right after that. And then, Mike, I didn't even tell you this, but I had a deal with Usman as the fill-in ready to go, and they ended up breaking it just a couple of minutes before we did. So yeah, that was three big ones. And of course, Mike was just on Ariel Helwani, and Helwani gave us props on breaking the story.
Yep.
Shout out to Helwani, man. He was
big shout out to Helwani.
He was repping OverDogs Podcast and Kim Pie.
Yeah, said a lot of nice stuff. So I want to get into England a little bit, Mike. I want to hear your perspective. I was there with you. Behind the scenes, and when I say England, we're talking about the KSI versus Fury and Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis fights, where Mike, you were the official backup and flew over there just in case Dillon didn't show up. Like, give me a little bit of like the shit show behind the scenes that was.
Well, I just went with it. It's like they brought me here and I fulfilled my part where I stood ready to go to battle, and I would have enjoyed it. The whole week, it was like a normal fight week. It was up and down and left and right, all over the place. They kept calling, saying, "Oh, it's for sure that I'm gonna be fighting." They wanted to talk about making another fight. But then they saved their guy from having to fight me and said that they couldn't put another fight on the card. Well, it would have been the only
dude you argued with, right?
Yeah, and
Don't even say his name.
yeah.
I don't even remember it. Yeah.
Well, they saved him and they protected him, and because I was ready to go. Obviously, Dillon was ready. Maybe I made some mistakes. Maybe I should have fought for that locker room and been like, no, y'all got to find another locker room, But I didn't really care. I didn't want to rob people of what they really wanted to see, which was, unfortunately, it wasn't me that night. It was, they would have enjoyed the show. I can tell you that. If it was me out there, the fight would have been different. But people wanted to see Logan and Dillon hash it out over all the Twitter beef and everything. So, I just kind of let it go as planned. I went and I accepted my little check to be there. I'm still actually waiting on that drop. And, so what can I say, man? It's part of the business, and I'm ready. So now we got the real big fight that's on the way. Chael P. Sonnen called me today. He's excited about me fighting Eddie Alvarez December 2nd. I don't need to fight a YouTuber or a, what do they call them, content creators? They call them influencers. And I don't need to fight one of them, man. I'm going to fight one of the long-time legends of the sport, has been fighting professional mixed martial arts for, I think, 20 years. So when I knock him out, people are going to say, oh, but he was old. Oh, but it's okay, because he's already saying it about Luke. He's saying Luke shouldn't have been in there with me, but Luke's a bad mamma jamma, and he went to decision with Paulo Costa. And, like I told Yoel, I finished him faster than you did. So I don't care if you soften him up first. I handled business, and I'm going to do it again December 2nd. That's the real fight.
All right, so December 2nd, BKFC, Salt Lake City, is that right?
Salt Lake City, Utah.
That's a banger fucking fight, man. I mean, when I went and saw you fight Luke, I believe Eddie and Chad Mendez were the co-main, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or was it Ben Rothwell? Well, they were on the card.
No, they were the co-main.
They were the co-main.
Yes, they were the co-main.
That was a great fight.
Yeah,
that was a banger.
I just feel like it looked much different. If you watch that fight back, especially Chad Mendez backed up the whole time. He tried to stick and move, which is not what I do. I can, but I don't. I bring it because that's what I'm like. I'm in here for a fight. I'm not trying to mess around. I'm trying to take you out. And on Helwani, Alvarez was like, "Oh, you're not McGregor. That's okay. Like, what McGregor did is what I'm going to do." Which is just pressure. Like, McGregor was standing right in his face, and Eddie wasn't able to do anything. He tried to act like he's going to be able to be so much faster than me. I think he's delusional, or he was trying to trick me into maybe not lifting weights, not being as strong as I might have been. He's like, oh, I don't realize how big I am and that I'm a bully and I'll walk forward. And yeah, well, I'm going to put the pressure on him, and he's not going to hit me anytime he wants to, and I'm going to punch him in the face whenever I want to. I don't think he's going to last very long.
But what weight are you guys fighting at in December?
That's what Chael P called me today. He was like, man, I want to know what weight this fight is at, and it's at 175. Nice. I got to go back down a little bit, and he was like, did you want it at that weight? Did you ask for him to come in bigger, 185 maybe, since you just had he was like, what was the Logan Paul weigh in at, 185? I was like, no, it was 195. I fought Luke at 185, and when I went to weigh in with Logan, against Logan, it was before breakfast, and I had stuffed myself for like a month, and I didn't really lift weights, but I was trying to gain weight while just working the boxing technique. And I was at like 194, and then when I flew out there, only a couple days to go until the fight. I flew out there on a Wednesday, which is pretty late to fly overseas, have some jet lag for an overseas fight. And I ate, chicken salads and drink water for like a couple of days, and I was 186 the morning of the weigh-in. So I had lost like 8 pounds just being in shape. And so we were going to go eat breakfast so I could get my weight up so that when I weighed in, it looked a little better. But then we were trying to make the fight with the other guy. And so I was like, let me go weigh in at 186. So he thinks that, maybe he'll come weigh in and he'll fight me. And I did my official weight for Logan Paul, which was 195. I weighed in 186. And was hoping to get a fight against that other guy. And I'm fighting Alvarez at 175.
Okay. So, yeah, about 10 pounds off of what you were in a week ago. Mac, I got to tell you this story, though, because Mike kind of mentioned it, but this story has not been told, okay? So we were sitting at the hotel, and we get a call, I'd say an hour and a half before we're supposed to be at the fight, before Mike's supposed to be at the fight, right? And they said, hey, we have an issue with Dillon's walkout song. They're not going to let him play it for liability purposes, and now he doesn't want to fight. We need Mike to get here now, okay? So we go to the arena, go in the back door. It's a bit of a clusterfuck. They're like, we can't find your locker room, yada, yada, yada. So Ariel Helwani was nice enough to let us go back there and hang for a minute. Then they come and grab us 5 minutes later and said, hey, we've got your locker room. We all walk in, the door shuts, and there's a big plaque, and it says Dillon Danis on there. So we're now in Dillon's fucking locker room, Mac. So now, of course, I'm thinking 100% fuck, they gave us Dillon's locker room, it's on. You know what I mean? Couldn't have been 10 minutes later, fucking Dillon shows up, and obviously they wanted the locker room back. So it was just a clusterfuck from start to finish. The whole thing was, the fight was a joke. Mike, what do you think would have happened if you would have been there with fucking Logan Paul? Dillon landed 9 punches in 6 rounds. I don't even know how that's fucking possible. But with your pressure, it would have been a completely different fight.
Wow. Yeah, the small amount of punches that Dillon threw and landed looked effective in the slow motion replays. He landed some good shots. It looked like, Conor was supporting his friend Dillon Danis. He had a good he released a voice chat recording on Twitter, apparently. I saw it on Instagram.
I'm pretty sure he deleted it. He deleted it.
Yeah, but they catch it in time, and he was like, there was some of them was some good shots, no, wasn't they? Yeah, and I don't even need to chat shit, bro. We all know what would have happened. And Logan's like a young kid, man. He's his brother had him on his shoulders after. He's talking to his fiance about having a baby. He's happy to get a win. He's like, I want something, Ariel. Yeah, but you should have finished him, bro. He could have finished him, but he won. They gave him the call. Actually, it was disqualification. Dillon's appealing it. But 86 punches to 9 punches is pretty crazy going into the 6th.
I'll just say this. Dillon was so bad, he took a swing and missed the 400-pound bodyguard by 1.5 feet, right? How do you miss that motherfucker?
Dude, he 100% threw that to look active, finally. Dude,
he wasn't ready to fight until they rung the bell and disqualified it.
I don't even
think
all of a
sudden he was gassed up, right?
Oh, he wasn't ready. He was like, this is my opportunity. The fight's over. I'm going to just make this even more chaotic. I'm going to swing a fucking... You can see with that hook he throws at the security guard. He's nowhere even fucking near him. He knew he wasn't going to hit him. He's just putting on a show. And that's what I don't understand about the people oh, look, he did show up. The people defending him. Bro, there's not many people I just straight up don't really like, right? And I don't know him as a person. And I understand why you would do this. You're in the spotlight. You know, you made some money. Cool. But, like, bro, that energy, talking all that shit, then showing up to the fight, and instead of putting Perry in there who would have fought, going in there and putting on that fucking clown shoes ass shit, that's bitch energy, bro. I'm sorry.
But
that's
look,
bitch energy.
Look, though, you gotta, like, he must have known he couldn't fucking box.
Oh, I know. That's now, I think.
But he still went in there. He was like, people don't expect me to go. I'm going to fucking go. And he stayed on his feet. Now, look, I'm not going to give props to the guy who obviously did not win. He got beat up the whole time. And I say this all the time. When you're in the ring, I feel like whoever's standing across from you is there for a reason. God put you guys in front of each other for a reason. They had a few reasons to be standing across from each other, and one of those reasons being their skill level in the striking game. That's why they were facing off against each other. That's why everybody on that card was kind of, I'm really disappointed in the Tommy Fury KSI.
Oh, God.
I understand that two guys can really hold each other back. They clinched a lot. There wasn't a lot of boxing, in my opinion. And maybe they did that to each other to try to, suppress some of the fighting abilities of their opponent. And they both grabbed a lot. And I just felt like the skill level of that card was pretty low. And the funnest, most entertaining fight was the tag team, because they were all getting knocked down. It was hilarious.
I agree. Hey, shout out to B-Dave.
B-Dave and, man, all those guys, man. They went to a draw. Wasabi, B-Dave, Pereira, whatever his name was.
One thing I think about the skill level, though, is, like, people can get over that. We know what we're, like, getting, right? But, like, anyone in the right mind doesn't, stream that fucking card or buy that card and watch it thinking this is elite boxing. But what we expect at actual combat sports fans is to get in there and actually fucking fight. It could be a dog shit sloppy fight. Dog shit terrible. Someone gets hurt, someone gets knocked down, someone clearly wins. I think people are satisfied. That's like all we're asking. And that's why, going back to your point, Perry, straight up, I respect the fact that Dillon even did show up. I think his game plan was literally just don't get knocked out. Maybe Logan fucking tires out and he can land a shot. But if not, turn it into a shit show, shoot a takedown, just make it a clown show and get out of there without getting knocked out. I think it shows he was, not wobbled or hurt in the sixth, but tired, getting his ass beat. I don't know. I respect him for getting in there and actually showing up this time. But at the same time, could have been you. Fuck that.
We were ready.
Here's what I want to see. I want Mike and Tommy Fury. That's what I want to see.
I like it. All respect to the Furies.
I don't want to talk about no fight besides Mike and fucking Alvarez and Mike and Darren Till. Those are the two.
That's the fight, though. Me and Darren Till is the fight.
Of course.
That's the fight.
Love that fight.
I got a question about the Alvarez fight, and I don't know.
I need some time for that fight so I can put on some weight to match up to his big ass.
Yeah,
but only because I'm about to cut weight to 175, and then after, I need to pump some iron, get a little size on me so we can fight at 185. He'll be 210 in the ring.
He looked a little beefy that night.
Well, he was purple.
Hey, I've gotten a lot of comments that people were questioning when they see some of the clips. They're like, "Yo, is this Darren Till talking about me?" And I started looking at him like, we kind of do look a little bit similar.
You and Till look similar?
Yeah, I think so, a little bit.
Take some steroids and you'll turn red.
Said that?
Yo, so Max, so here's how it plays out, right? Like, so I'm sitting in the locker room, and Dillon and Logan had just started, right? Mm-hmm. And so we're like, all right. So at this point, Mike's cutting the gloves off. We're like ready to go out and watch the fight, right? So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go get a fucking beer because we've been sitting back here for 4 hours, not doing anything. And I walk out to go get a beer, and I literally turn around, and Darren Till's right there. So, of course, I introduce myself. I'm like, hey, you were on the show. And he's like, I need to see my homie right now. And I'm thinking, fuck, should I take him back there? Should I call somebody and see if it's cool to go back there? So I'm like, fuck it. So I just take him back there. I just
Hold on, though. Wasn't it before I even wrapped up for the fight? Darren Till came back there and seen me before
I feel like it was before
Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
he saw me before.
Tyson came
in the video you guys sent me, you were not wearing gloves, so it was
either. Oh, I hadn't unwrapped and stuff. I actually hadn't even wrapped up.
It was either that or but from the timeline, I believe it was before all that. Yeah.
Yeah, he comes in, and of course, I'm like, I peek my head in, and Primo's standing there, right? And I'm like, yo, Primo, I'm like, Till's here and wants to come in. I'm like, is it cool? And he just looks around, like, kind of he doesn't know what to do. And Mike's like, bring his ass in here. Of course, then we saw the face-off that went viral. But, man, I'm telling you, everybody wants to see that fucking fight. There's such a good energy there. You guys clearly, you don't want to say it, Mike, you guys clearly fucking like each other and respect each other, but want to beat the shit out of each other at the same time. And to me, it's like a fight that everybody wants to see.
I was just waiting for him to hit me first so that I could fight back. But I did appreciate him being there and the things he had to say. It was good to see him in face. And I even thought about it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he kind of apologized for the comments that I was upset about those years ago. But that doesn't change anything about, the fact that we faced off and it was seemingly friendly. Doesn't change the fact that it wouldn't be a banger of a fucking fight, dude.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's what fans know. And that's why, like, when we talk about Perry fighting anybody, I mean, it's not up to me. That's up to Perry, but, dude, that is the fight. That grows. It all comes to, like, a conclusion. Years of this. When we brought Till on here, I was telling you, like, bro, this is lore. This is MMA lore. It's one of the dopest. Before even Till and Hamzat were boys, it was... Yeah, they're a little bit different, but yeah, I don't know. That we got to get a conclusion to that. That would be a banger no matter where the fuck it happens.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Okay, I do have a question about the Alvarez fight though, and I don't know if you guys should understand this reference, but do you have any plan to counter Eddie's wife's screams while you fight? You should get Lattori a fucking megaphone, dude. Do you know what I'm talking about, Bagz?
Listen,
yeah, I'll just say this: Lattori probably doesn't need a megaphone if she wants to, because she's a firecracker.
Holy shit, dude! His wife every time he fights just screaming at the time, Eddie, dude, the entire fucking time.
We were watching his fights yesterday, dude. And that's what we hear. Like, before the first bell, you hear that. And I'm going to let her scream her little heart out, man. I mean, my plan to battle that is, to do my job against Eddie. And, I feel a little bit bad, but like, he would wish he could do it to me if he could.
He's gonna try.
Oh,
it's you or him. It's you or him.
Now that's who you look like, Bagz. You look like Eddie Alvarez. Shit, dude.
What'd you tell him yesterday? You were gonna hit him in his flubber?
Yeah, because he's juicing right now, trying to go up and weight a little bit.
Oh, bro.
Because you know how you can tell he's juicing? Because other than the amount of swelling that he had, he kept having hiccups, like a quiet hiccup, like his body would like collapse the air that he was trying. He would just kind of be like. He would have a hiccup, bro, and that's like a steroid thing.
Is it really?
Yeah, bro. I've never done them. I have no idea.
Steroids, people be They do like a hiccup, shorter breath. They have pimples and acne, which I was actually wondering about with Dillon Danis because he had more pimples on his back than Chael Sonnen did when he fought, Anderson Silva. And then they do they're purple like Darren Till. They're red and purple. And so.
What do you think is the most common steroid or performance-enhancing drug? Because not everything's necessarily like an anabolic steroid. Like, what do you think's the most common? TRT, EPO, or some type of anabolic? What do you think? Cialis. That's a PED. Sure.
Get the fuck out of here.
Enhance the hell out of your performance with your grandmother, boy.
Yeah, you need to wait until we get him on as a sponsor, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't be pushing Cialis until we get a sponsor. There's about 4 different ones. We got to find out which one's willing to pay.
Cialis is one? Dude, because we could just be like the fucking gas station dick pills and shit talk podcast.
It's a joke, right? Cialis isn't really a PED. Like, it's not regulated by USADA or somebody, is it?
No.
Okay.
No. That would be fucking hilarious.
I was like, fuck, I guess I am taking PEDs.
Well, by definition, it's a PED, bro.
It enhances your performance, don't it?
That's pretty much on the bottle. Or whatever.
It enhances your performance by about 1.5 inches, boy.
Happily married for 15 years, boys. I'll take anything I can get at this point.
Yeah,
I'm a long way, fellas.
Yeah.
You guys ever taken those, like, crazy, they look like fucking this big gas station dick pills before?
The Rhino? The black Rhino?
The Rhino. Yeah.
Definitely.
You need the fucking brand.
Okay, what did you almost have a heart attack too?
Nah, dude. No way.
She did.
Dude.
That's
Those
good.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude, my body is like super capable of taking all kinds of drugs.
Yeah. besides steroids,
I'm
course.
so good at taking drugs, dude. Jeez. Kids, don't do it unless prescribed by your doctor. Follow the subscription.
That's right.
Prescription.
You have to have some kind of like warning label that comes up on the fucking video.
With that said, you don't need a prescription for Rhino gas station dick pills.
Yeah, but you gotta be like 21.
Yeah. Okay.
But I do want to talk about this a little bit because
Is it a new subject? Is it a new subject?
Well, I mean, you can keep going. I was just going to bring up D-Rod, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, D-Rod's the shit. Mike Perry, I got a question. It's a little off topic. I just thought of it though. But like, talking about social media streets, all that stuff, like all the comments you see, we've talked about this a lot. You're so universally like loved now. One of the comments you see all the time is like, there's always someone who says something who goes like, oh, he's gonna get canceled now, and then just they get bodied in the comments where people go, you don't know who fucking Mike Perry is. He's incancelable. You can't cancel Mike Perry.
Last weekend was a perfect example.
It was a perfect example.
You said you didn't see it, Josh.
I was standing there with you.
But then you told me that you didn't see it. You were like, dude, I just got there.
No, believe me, I heard plenty.
So Mike, what do you think? Are you uncancelable? Like, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? If you have any at all, that might be the key to it. You don't even give a fuck.
Yeah, that's probably like, I mean, look, no, I need opportunities. And what are my opportunities? Fight someone and I mean, they making up fights now that they won't even give me, or then people come up to me, so many people call me out like, get in line, bro. Get in line, bro. So,
you heard,
one at a time.
That dude's feelings when you said that, bro. You heard that dude looked at you.
No, because he was pissing me off, bro. He was like, nobody knows who you are if it wasn't for Logan Paul. And I'm like, hold on, bro. Fuck you fucking F word. You're a bitch.
He went full Charles Radke.
And then I was pissed because I was like, man, I want to show people what I could do to this 300-pound security guard right now, get him out the way so easily. But then I pushed him a little bit, and the guardrail like fell and locked halfway over, and I was like, I can't. There's no way I'm getting over that without like falling on my face or something.
So here's the thing, Mac, and you know, being around Mike this last week, like he was gassed up, right? Like he was ready to fight, wanted to go, right? So like it didn't take much to trigger him at that point because he was already ready to get in the fucking ring. He's chomping at the bit for somebody to back out so he can have that big fight. Like he's ready to go, right? So then it like literally I thought we were gonna get in 2 fights in the crowd at one point just because people were saying shit and he was already gassed, right? But that's that's the way it is when you're there to fucking, you know, throw down professionally.
I might not have
talk shit.
I might not have worded that right. I am in no way saying like, why'd you say that? I get it. Everyone was cheering you on. It was fucking hilarious. Like you torched that dude. I'm going at like there's not many people out there that are uncancelable. That can just walk away. The answer
is nobody gives a fuck because Mike doesn't care.
It's Theo Von, and Platinum. Yeah, like you can. That's true.
If you're gonna sit there and you had 2 chances to hit me, and look, I had a chance to hit him too, right? When he was taking off his shirt, I should have fucking punched that belly. Oh, I should have touched that belly, dude.
I just held it down, Mike, like a hockey player.
Oh my gosh, something. I sat there like a weenie.
Mike, you froze.
I sat there like a weenie. And this is the problem because next time I have an issue like this, oh my God, I'm gonna do it. Whatever it is, I'm thinking about it already. Like, oh, I'm not gonna fucking let that miss again. Like, if anybody gets in my face again, it's a scrap.
You got to go back and read these fucking comments, dude. That's what everyone. They're like, that's the last guy you want to find out if they're about it. Because trust me, we know he's about it. Like, bro, it was hilarious. You won.
But I'm a huge advocate against fucking cancel culture. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think the way our civilization has gone and down this path of you can't say this and you can't say that and essentially like, you know, cancel comedians and cancel everybody else. I think it always comes back to context, right? So like Mike just said, it comes back to context, right? Like I don't mean it in that way. I mean it in this way. And it's been used in this way for, you know, dozens of years. All of a sudden, you guys want to change the meaning of it to strictly mean one thing, but that ain't the case. Like, just because you say it's fucking so doesn't mean it's fucking so.
Yeah. I mean, that's my issue, too. I think there's definitely, there's stuff. I'm perfectly comfortable with, reevaluating a term and being like, okay, maybe this is a little bit too much. Let's tone this one down. But that, like you just said, that word was not used like that. If you ever
I
said
won that fucking argument, though.
Oh, 100% you did.
He didn't know what to do after that.
He looked like he was about to cry.
Go back to Love Island, boy. I'm a real fighter. I don't give a fuck about being canceled or any of that shit. Because you know why? Because I'm going to get in the ring and I'm going to beat the shit out of someone and I'm going to get my paycheck.
That's the soundbite I was looking for.
All right, Mac, I got to tell you this one. So we're sitting, we now get sat down, right? And it's me, Mike, and Lattori, and we're sitting there in the crowd watching the fights, and it was Fury and KSI, and these motherfuckers are just hugging, right? So Mike's Mike's screaming, he's like, quit fucking hugging, and this gypsy-looking dude with the snatch haircut, shaved up, you know, around here with a bowl cut, hand tattoos and shit, turns around, he's like, hey mate, this isn't American football. And Mike's like, dude, you gotta understand, our seats are literally like 6 inches apart, right?
Yeah.
And Mike's like leaning in, he's like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, what'd you say? And Lattori's sitting there looking at me like, oh my God, like Mike's about to snap on this dude. So then 2 seconds later, he turns back around and the guy in the row in front of him turns around and starts whispering in his ear, right? And I know exactly what he's telling him.
That's Mike Perry.
Yeah, no, the guy, the guy that was talking to Mike, right?
Yeah,
so the guy in front of him starts telling him. And I'm like, I know exactly what he's saying. Like, yo, don't fuck with that guy, right? So then the guy turns back around. I said, yo, listen to your fucking boy. I was like, he's giving you good advice. So then he starts saying some shit about, like, he says something like, oh, you ought to look into the UFC. Like, UFC is getting really big in England right now. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, yeah, but, have you ever heard of BKFC? Like, that's where all the real fucking fighters fight. And we're all just sitting there like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Well, I thought that guy was funny. I thought he made me laugh once or twice. I think I said, stop fucking holding. Stop holding. Yeah. And he turns around and he's like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, you turn around and watch the fight, loser. And I think we just, because I don't take people seriously unless they want, I had already been let down that night. I'm like, damn, I don't get to get in the ring.
But that's what I was saying, Mac. Like, that's where a situation could have turned hairy really quickly.
100%.
You know what I mean? Because
there was another guy. Another guy. There's 40 seconds left in the KSI Fury fight. And we're like, we're getting out of here, right? So, fuck this. We're getting out of here. And
we're going to get drinks.
We're trying to get more drinks, or no, we're getting out of there so we could go to the club.
Yeah.
And then I'm walking by and we're trying to get people moving so we beat the traffic. And then this guy's like, Mike, can I have a picture? And I had fucking been there like all night. Like I took lots of pictures with lots of people. And it's like, you're the one guy that I'm like, man, it's not a great time. Like, so I just kept moving. And he's like, oh, you arrogant prick. And I walked back like 10 feet just to be like, I tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, hey, fuck you, bro. I don't have to give you a picture, bro. And he's like, no, fuck you. I'm like, no, fuck you. And he's like, fuck you, bloody. Fuck you, bloody. And that was it. I was waiting for him to do something, but he ain't hit me. So I was good all week. I didn't hit nobody because they didn't hit me. I was waiting, though.
That's a good policy. I mean, dude, that was the funny thing that a lot of fans were talking about, like why you were so perfect to plug in as a backup. Complete opposite of Dillon Danis. You don't sit there and just talk shit. You only talk shit if you got a fucking problem. But you'll talk shit with these fuckers right here, throw chingazos with someone in the cage, and it would be hilarious if Dillon had pulled out before and we got any press coverage. Because, like, the joke was, imagine this community of people thinking this is fighting being introduced to Mike fucking Perry. Someone's going to get knocked out at a weigh-in. Someone's going to get knocked out in a ring. Like, that's just brilliant. It's hilarious.
Here's the big difference, though, is you've got Dillon that wants to talk online, right? Mm-hmm, but doesn't really say much when it's in person. But
no, he stumbled on his own words, yeah.
That's ready to fight a motherfucker in the crowd because he called him an arrogant prick for not taking a fucking picture.
Be about it. It's
two different types of fighters, buddy.
Hey, if you open the door, I'm up for it. But if you don't, then it's respect. I have respect. You know what I mean? That's why I faced off of both those guys. They didn't disrespect me personally. And, it was just, I was there to be prepared. And I was prepared. And shout out to Manchester because I think it was really fun in Manchester. All the people were really nice, most like 99% of them. And then we ate at a couple good spots. There was some really good food. Shit was kind of cheap, like food bills and like the liquor bills and stuff like that wasn't very expensive.
It was cheap. That's because you don't get charged for any salt.
Well, people told me when I went to England, they're like, dude, it's so expensive.
I was saying the food sucks, Mike. That's it.
I thought it was all right, man. It was good.
You just can't find no heat over there.
Or salt or anything else.
Yeah, dude. I found New Mexico. Go ahead.
Is this the maturation of Mike Perry, though? Because I feel like old Mike Perry might have thrown the first punch in that scenario, and now you've said multiple times, if they would have thrown a punch, I would have gone, right? So I feel like there's a maturation process here as you've gotten older and controlled your fucking temper a little more.
That's a new word.
And now you're waiting for people to throw a punch.
I never heard maturation. I never heard that before.
It's when you mature, Mike. It's when you mature. Brother.
Oh, maturation. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, but it's like the bottle, right? Like the bottle fills up, right? And you keep that cap on that bottle real tight, like, and one day that fucking lid overflows, dude, and it shoots out, the top busts off the cap. I'm nervous for that day. I don't want that. I want to cap the bus when I'm in the ring.
Here's the thing though, Mike, is now you have a lot more to lose, right? Like back then, when say 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you didn't. Now you got a wife, you got a family, you got a huge BKFC contract, paying a ton of fucking money. When they called me when they hit me that morning and said, "Yo, they're probably they're trying to set up Mike with another fight," I'm like, why the fuck would Mike even take another fight on that card other than one of the main two events against one of the top guys there? Because in my opinion, you're now at a level where what's the fucking point, right? Like you said it in the interview. You said it in an interview there. You said, I'm making 7 figures when I go back on December 2nd to fight in BKFC. So what's the fucking point in fighting for $150,000, $250,000 on some bullshit fucking card?
Because I'll fight for free. If that motherfucker would have did anything,
I understand.
I would have fucking had a ball. I would have had a blast, baby. I love it. I live in the fire. Fucking feed me the heat.
But, all right, with that said, I'm glad that you got people around like Abe that can say, hey, this isn't a great fucking business decision, because it's not. Like at that point, it's not I told Mike this. I texted him and I said, yo, you're a fucking luxury good. You're a Ferrari now, right? You can't be fucking fighting Volvos.
You can't be having road rage.
Just because you want to fucking punch somebody in the face, you got to be able to make the business decision of like, yo, I'm fucking fighting in 6 weeks for $1 million. You know what I mean?
But I could have easily made, 100 to just shut that guy up, and then maybe others would learn to shut the fuck up. If they in the wrong person's face talking shit, trying to get themselves some clout.
Nobody learns, man. Everybody always gonna want clout, right? Like, so it doesn't matter where you go. Everybody's always gonna want clout. Like you said it last week, and I think you even said it earlier tonight. You're like, everybody fucking wants Mike Perry, and I said this the other night. I said everybody wants Mike Perry, but nobody really wants fucking Mike Perry. You know what I mean? Like everybody wants it for the clout. They don't want the smoke.
My wife had a good tweet. She said, I would have literally beaten everybody at that event, and something about nobody really wants to smoke with her husband. And, I showed my professionalism, and they treated me like garbage anyways. And I just stuck to my guns, and I just did what I went there to do, which was be ready. And they definitely did not want to call my name. They did not want to have to call my name.
She's 100% right, and you did. You acted with utmost professionalism. I'm telling you, the setting, the way they handled everything with you on the back end was absolute dog shit. Not having locker rooms ready, not having. Oh, all right. Here's the fucking story. So when it gets down to go time for either Dillon and Logan or Mike and Logan, right? The commission comes in, and Mike says, "Hey, I want to have my coach watch Logan wrap his hands," right? Which is standard in the industry.
With boxing commissions, you're required to let not only someone from the commission watch you wrap gloves, they sign off on them. That's why they sign them, and they write, on each. You literally, this was a problem with the Tyson Fury Wilder fight, I think, the first time. But yeah, you are required to let someone from the opposite team, whether it be the fighter or a coach or a cornerman, to watch you get wrapped, your opponent get wrapped, so you make sure no fuckery's happening. That's required.
Roy Jones Jr. used to tell me that he'd go ahead and watch his fucking opponent get wrapped, right? Because he knew all the fucking tricks, and there's a lot of them. Mike can tell you the tricks. Like, there's a lot of tricks you can do with hand wraps, that make it harder in the glove, et cetera, et cetera. And the commissioner came in and specifically said, Logan's team said nobody is watching him get wrapped. And the commissioner then said, I told them, well, maybe Mike Perry won't fight if that's the case, that they can't watch. And they said, I don't care. True or not true, Mike?
I actually didn't know that the commissioner said that, because I would have been like, no, I don't give a fuck if he pours concrete in his gloves.
Well, Mike did say I don't care. Mike said I don't give a shit. But that's 100% a true story. The commissioner was standing there. But
that's what you get. That's what you get when you're talking semi-pro, celebrity boxing, influencer boxing. It's not a real match sanctioned going on anybody's record except for the fact that people might have watched it or seen highlights on Instagram, and maybe they'll remember it. Other than that, it's not a real thing, so they didn't have to follow all the rules. It's just their little fun, entertaining show, and I definitely didn't care because I knew that they weren't. Even if it was me, if Dillon didn't go, what did my coach say? Which you got to meet my coach, and he's a super slick, smart guy. He knows his shit in the boxing. He said, there's no chance Logan would fight you.
Yep. Shout out to JT, by the way.
I think he picked you specifically because it made him look like he was willing. Dude, people are catching on. The people they're picking to box are ridiculous. Woodley, dude, I like Woodley straight up. I don't.
Hold on, because now you're talking Jake Paul. Because now you're talking Jake. You're not talking Logan.
Yeah, Logan's fought a little bit different, but still.
Jake beat two valid opponents in the Anderson Silva and the Tyron Woodley, but still not boxers. I still don't think that those guys have the hands that I enjoy throwing.
That's my point. That's my point. And fans are picking up on that. Dillon Danis, I know Logan's fought different people, but just the combination of the brothers, they're picking people that they can beat. And I think he picked you because then the hardcore fans that know that go, oh, dude, he's really down to fight Mike Perry? Like, that's what we've been asking for. Stop picking Ben Askren or like 56-year-old fucking retired fighters. Fight someone who comes forward and bangs. Any of them. That's why I think he picked you straight up.
It's okay, though. You know, we just gave them all this time on our show fucking talking about, I'm not going to hate. Like, I'm just going to sit and wait for my opportunity, which may or may not come, but I know I have an opportunity against a very experienced guy, which I'm super grateful for. I think Eddie Alvarez is the first person I ever even watched fight, which reminds me of GSP and Matt Hughes. And GSP lost that first fight to Matt Hughes, but that's not going to happen to me in bare knuckle boxing against Eddie Alvarez. I'm going to smash his face in. And it's going to be so fun and entertaining. It's going to be a great show. My family, my babies. I'm bringing the whole family to this thing out in beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah. We might stay an extra day and do some, like, hiking or some shit. And maybe take some Cialis in the woods with my wife and beat her ass with that extra
after the fight, right? Not before. Not before the fight, after.
Oh, no, after.
After, of course. So I got a question though, Mike. If you bring 10 family members, can they scream louder than Eddie's wife? All 10 of them combined.
We need to figure this out.
We're not that way though. I know they'll be cheering. But just like me and my wife, like we're much more introverted. You know, I know that that's crazy to say that Mike Perry's introverted.
Like a real introvert, buddy.
I really am introverted. Give me a few shots. And after the club, we'll be arguing with each other. And if other people jump in, then they're getting yelled at. That's for sure. I'm going to win an argument real quick. But, you know, we're more like mental. We're all, you know, just, they would be watching like, oh, that's it. And then it's over. I won. Boom.
So I was talking to Mike. I was talking to Mike at the Logan deal, and we were talking about this. And he's like, you know what? He's like, I'm just not into talking all the shit that they are. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to fucking fight, right? And that's fucking difference between Mike and a lot of these guys. Like, he just wants to fight. That's it. He doesn't need the fucking whole lead up to it and the fucking crazy press conference and throwing shit at people. Like, he just wants to fucking punch somebody. That's it.
Bro, go back and watch Eddie Alvarez, Chad Mendes, and then watch the main event and just look at the difference.
Yep. That was one of the biggest BKFC cards like ever. Like all the socials were fucking all over that card.
It was
like
so
the most
fun,
recognition
man.
they
Shout
got.
out to David. Yo!
Oh, Terrance, what's up, man?
T-Rex, what's
Hey, what
good,
up, my
man?
boy?
Shot a deuce for you, bro.
Yes,
Oh,
sir. Straight to the net. You a warrior.
Right back
How
at
you doing,
you.
man?
Hey, that's how you get through them bare knuckle
I
fights
definitely
right there,
love my alcohol. How you
up,
doing,
Terrance?
man? What you been up to since your big
Knocking
win?
people the fuck out. Knocking people the fuck out.
Yeah, just trying to stay hungry, you know, just grinding. About to take my family on vacation to Mexico.
Nice,
So
man.
okay,
That
yeah.
sounds really fun. Yeah, I
You
never
feel
did a
me?
vacay in Mexico.
we got to be out.
There you go.
You feel me? We gonna be
Enjoy
outside.
that for sure.
So I saw a stat yesterday, Terrance. I want to start off with this, and I need to go grab 2 more beers. If you guys are ripping
Oh,
shots,
yeah, go grab that. Go
Yo,
grab that.
so
We're just getting
Terrance,
started with Terrance.
this is Ice Bagz. This is Mac Malley. You know me. It's a pleasure to get to talk to you, bro.
Now you already know. You already know I'm a fan.
You a
know,
humble
it's an
guy,
honor to
bro.
be
You
the
on the
podcast.
rise right now, and that humility is really gonna take you far.
Mike, he wasn't talking about you. He was talking about
Hey,
me.
thank you, brother. Yeah,
He's a huge
you
Bagz
not see his
fan,
name,
not a Mike
Bagz?
Perry
Like, come
fan.
on, that's the guy you want to hang out with.
Mike's gonna punch me later.
I'll be a fan after you get Eddie out of
Yeah.
the
Yeah, what you
Alright,
think
no
about? Hey,
doubt.
Terrance, give me a breakdown on Eddie and Mike.
I'm grabbing 2 beers.
That's gonna be a scrap, but like I said, Power Edge go to platinum, so I think that's gonna be the big difference at the end. I think he's gonna be a little bit too big
Man,
for that.
people never credit me for my swag, bro. I got hella swag, bro.
You know what I mean? You be get
Thank
it down, man.
Hey, what's next for you?
The you finds your calling, bro. This been the best move for you,
Oh
man.
yeah, because I like to throw hands,
been
bro. I like to
watching.
fight, like throw hands. All that extra stuff. I don't want to deal with that, bro. I just want to punt.
No, I feel you, bro. They people don't even know I'll be a wrestler because I just want to throw hands.
Hey, Terrance, can you pull your phone back a little bit or your laptop back a little bit? Yeah, there we go.
Right here?
Just couldn't see your whole face.
All right.
Well, he's just holding the phone, man. He
Oh,
can't,
my bad,
he
my
can't hold
bad.
his arms out too long.
I'm
It's
just
part of
holding
your
his
workout routine.
Yeah.
I'm at the
Yeah, no
strong
shit.
as hell after this.
Hey, people think that's a joke, man. You just hold that hand out there for about 2 minutes, you fucking dying.
I swear, my mom used to punish me like that when I didn't, when I wasn't taking a whooping.
Bro, that
anymore.
text-
That's like
that,
the old school
um,
thing, right?
That Texas Cowboy video you made, that shit was hilarious.
That shit's
bro.
hilarious.
That shit was hilarious. Yo, Kevin Holland ain't give you hell for that?
No, he was clowning on me, bro, and everyone just kept sending me the picture of Lil Nas X.
Yo, I saw that he was clowning on you about your chain, bro. How he gonna do you like that?
Yeah, but now I got a couple pieces now.
Oh, that's
We're
what's
stepping
up.
our game up.
That's what's up. Next big fight, man. Who do you want to fight next after your big win? Do you have things lined up, or do you have like an idea of what you want to go after?
Yeah, I know what I want to do. I want to fight Chris Duncan next, like sometime whenever next year. That's what I'm thinking, like January, February, and then I'll just turn back around. I want the Drew Dober rematch. I fought him on a 7 days notice. I think after this, I deserve a rematch with Drew Dober, and let's get ranked.
Hell yeah,
I like
bro.
that.
That's what's up. I like the
Like-
plan.
So you knocked out Marat in 20 seconds. You already had the title at what, 7 seconds? Is that right? Right? So 20
Yeah.
seconds to 7
Yes.
seconds. Here's what I want to know. Here's what you need to be fighting for is a third fucking round. You ain't seen a third round in your whole career.
That's valid.
I'll just be thinking like this, man. If two people really fighting, unless they really shouldn't. Like, I've seen fights. You guys seen real fights in Creed. When people really trying to kill each other, no fight's really about to be 15 minutes. You know what I mean? And I make people really have to fight. You
That's
know,
Mike,
good.
he's like you. He just wants to go in there and bang, brother.
like
But that's
yeah,
not
like
how
you
it
gotta
is,
kill us. You
though.
know what I
See,
mean?
I had to learn the hard way, right? That they look if
Yeah,
you're proven to be the tougher one, they're not gonna meet you in the middle. That if you want to bring
yeah,
it and you're like, come on, meet me in the middle and scrap it out, and like we see, just hard punches, bolo punches, haymakers, and who gets top position. These guys start coming. Their team. It's the coaches that you have to think about. The coaches are gonna be selling these guys a strategy for months before they even fight you.
yeah. Real
And
talk, real talk.
all you've ever thought about is just hitting them with them good right hands and knocking their ass out. And you just want to fight and put on a banger, but they're not thinking about the crowd. They don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, they care about getting the full check, and that's kind of what we've been about too. Because we know I can kill, but just being a finesser out there, making sure I'm looking, picking my shots, not just swinging wild. You know, we're getting creative
Hang
out there.
on.
It's been
You're
fun.
saying now y'all been talking about that, working the finesse and this, but the last fucking fight was 20 seconds long.
Yeah, but people didn't peep the footwork. Like we literally like drilled it in the back right before we went out. Cause usually I do the rear knee. He wanted me. Then my coach like switch stance and then switch it to a lead knee, and that's why he wasn't able to see it. Like we drilled it right in the back right before I came out. That was the sick part that it landed so
Hey, if
flawlessly.
if you can do them all in 20 seconds, I say do it. I say do
You
it.
feel me? I'm like a little baby Mike Tyson. It goes with my little goofy voice, so
Yeah,
it all
for
works
sure,
out.
man.
The stat I was going to ask you about is like you have what eight fights. I think I saw 8 fights in the UFC, but 3 of those has ended like KO or finish in under 2 minutes. Your average fight time. I know you're in the top 10 for quickest fights, and then you're also in the top 10 for I think knockdown average per 15 minutes. I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
Mac,
Yeah.
you realize he's never gone 3 rounds in his whole career.
That's what
Never
I'm
gone to
getting
the
at.
third round.
Oh, I know. I've never missed. No, I know.
Crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, but so out of the stat leaders for UFC fighters, he is 4, tied at 4 with James Irvin, who
Who the fuck
People-
is that?
that was the one that threw the fucking body kick at Anderson. He just fucking cracked him at light heavyweight, knocked him the fuck out bad. That's yeah, I don't know why his, but yeah, Terrance is tied with him at 2 minutes and 53 seconds for total fight time in shortest top 10. Yeah, motherfucker gets shit done. And then on top
Under
of that,
3 months, under 3 minutes in 10 fights.
yeah,
Yeah.
2 minutes 53 seconds is his average UFC fight time.
Okay.
And that's
That's what's
tied
up,
for
bro.
4th all time. And then knockdown at. Did you
Man,
know
that's
that one?
freaking sick.
Yeah, I noticed that one last night. I was like, he's got to be in top 10
No.
for a few of those. And then the other one's knockdown average per 15. You are number 8. You are behind Sergey Pavlovich is number 1, Drew McFedries, Chris Dawkins. Hey, shout out to my boy. Todd Duffy, Tom Aspinall, Shane Carwin, Steve Garcia. Bro, that's all but 1 heavyweights. It's literally all heavyweights until Terrance McKinney. Yeah, top
Man,
8
that's
all time.
freaking
Average
sick.
knockdown
That shit's
15
insane,
minutes.
right? Like you
Keep
talking
it
about
going, bro.
220 pounds to what, 155?
Hey man, that's amazing.
I said that's 220
Huh?
pounds on average to 155. That's a big fucking difference. Like, that's wild.
I always felt I was a
Right, right.
heavyweight at heart, you guys. I used to always wrestle with like huge guys and like hold my
So
own.
what is it about your fighting style? Like, is it always the goal to get them out quick, or is it just comes naturally? What is it?
It's just like I think I just got good like killer instincts. Like I can just tell
Yeah.
like when someone's hurt, you know. Like if I see like an ounce like that you're hurt, like I won't let you come back from it, you
Yep.
know.
I think Mike Perry was saying. Mike, you were saying something about that the other day. Like you can tell when a fighter's energy changes and like when to pour it on. Was that you or was that Pettis? Anyway, someone was just saying that, Terrance.
But it sounds good though. I really like it. Like
Mike, take another shot of Henny and figure that out.
I think because I can I swear I can feel their emotions, all that, bro. Like I can tell when, no matter what they face they make, like if I hit him good, I can feel it in my soul. I was like,
I think it
yeah,
was
he didn't like
Pettis.
that.
Now I'm thinking. I think it was. He was saying the exact same thing. He's like, and I've sparred a little bit. Like you can tell. Like sometimes you hear like a fucking the commentators get all pumped because it's a loud kick or something, but someone doesn't attack right away because I don't know. There's like a what you're describing. I'm not going to describe it for you. You just did, but I get what you mean, man. You apparently do have that ability. Yeah, I kind of bombed that point, but anyway. Yeah.
So, Terrance, how's the UFC treat you, man?
It's been a huge blessing, bro. Honestly, even though I think I should have got a bonus a few times, but all around, UFC definitely changed my life for the better. And I know, even after this, I'm always gonna be able to take super fights as long as I keep building my name in the right way. So that's the best part about the UFC. If you leave the UFC, you're always guaranteed to make some money. You
Yeah,
know.
absolutely, man. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. Because I think I heard a little bit about your story. You came from a little bit of rough background. You've had some rough times in life, and fighting really kind of turned it around for you. That's definitely a great story that people love to hear, and you're climbing in it
Yeah.
right now. So, as you climb, what's your favorite way to beat someone? Do you like to kick them? Do you like to take them down and ground and pound them? Do you like to box them up with the hands and knock them out that way? Elbows and knees, are there things you're looking for?
Whatever they get me, but I know I have a super strong grip, so when I get the rear naked, sometimes I don't even have to have a good lock, and I know people attack. Cause I wrestle, I know I can squeeze hard. So a rear naked choke and just mixing it up with the hands. Now that I've been boxing so much, I'm not just head hunting anymore. I'm hitting the body. Like you guys saw with Mike Breed, and I really invested in the body work that fight. And I think people ain't gonna be ready for that now that I'm attacking every part of the body, and I can tell when I'm hurting people, and I think it's just gonna get, just gonna get more and more comfortable on the feet, especially I'm striking crazy strikers like Kevin and Jamal's there, throwing me corners, I'm getting all the best things right now. So it's just been a huge blessing. I'm thankful for the God for
Amen. I like it, man. Break them down and strangle them. I like it.
you know what I mean? Either I'm gonna knock them out with their hands, or they're gonna give up their bag and let me
Yeah.
choke
Hey,
them. You
everybody
know?
loves a good comeback story, man. And Terrance, yours is great. You know what I mean? People cheer for that. It's a way to get people behind you, and I'm sure probably it excites you and kind of gets you going as well.
Yeah, it's exciting to to hear people saying they're
Yeah.
motivated by me. So like I said, I just try to do my part on the back end, and that's what I had to start realizing. My coach said, we're not training to beat these guys. We're training to beat Islam. So I just been thinking different, just making it more of a
Yes, I got a
lifestyle.
question. What's it like mentally, right? When you come from a rough background to this point in your life where you're winning fights and doing great things, and people are coming up to you, right? And they're from a similar background, and they're saying, "Hey, you motivate me, you make me excited about my future." What does that do to you mentally?
It's just part of my journey. That's why I share my story because like I said, if I can just give us something a little bit to take home just to push them through the day, I'm always down for that. That's why you see me smiling because I just want to bring positive energy to people's life. You know, people don't understand what replying back to a fan does. Especially if someone's getting mentally abused or getting they didn't feel like they were somebody, and then when they see me message them to just see them light up or they're so appreciated. I love doing things
I've
like
always
that.
said. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think just
No, I was gonna.
oh, you can go.
Yeah, you go. You go.
Like I said, it's just I always been that kind of person. I love everyone. That's just how I grew up. I always just love people, because I know what it's like. Like I said, to be a lame, to be cool. I've been it all. So I just feel like we're all equal, and I know how both sides feel. So I got love for everybody.
Man, I hope you get to knock out Islam, man. I hope you
You know
get
what I
to knock
mean?
him out, bro.
Me too, bro.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
Terrance, I know that
It's
arm's
straight
tired, but
movie
you gotta
scene.
give me a little something here. There you go. Dude, hey, look, he just came out of camp and he fucking knocked the guy out in 20 seconds. He can't be that fucking exhausted. He got some gas left.
Who brought that chair, man?
No, I smoked
Yeah,
all the
what
gas.
fucking
All
you
the
in a
gas
bird
is low
cage
right
or what
now.
the fuck you
Yeah,
in?
where'd you get that chair?
This little lawn chair, man. This is my favorite. Everyone always compliment me when they come to my house. They're like, "Yeah, I like
That
that."
That's a
motherfucker
cool
look like
chair.
he wants to say caw caw.
You know what I mean? It's just peaceful when I'm in here. It's just like, no one can sit next to me. I'm on my
I
own little
feel you.
space.
I
It's
feel you. I
nice.
like that too.
What's it like training with Kevin Holland when you guys spar? What's it like?
We can't spar each other all the time because we always hurt each other. It's just like two super niggas just going at it. Something down bad to
I
happen.
love it.
Something down bad to happen. My coach be like, "Yo, you guys need to stop or someone get hurt." He get mad as hell because like we're both fast and explosive and just dangerous people. Like it's not even worth this farting each other. We probably just do it like once every month, so
Okay,
like we can get
quick
all our anger
follow
out.
That's
up, right?
hilarious.
So, is it much different? Did you train with him when he was fighting at 185? And is it much different now training with him now that he's cut all this weight and he seems a lot skinnier going down to 170? Did anything change?
No, he still hits hard for a little skinny fucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the dude he just knows how to like. He's just so comfortable, bro. It's scary when someone's just so comfortable. Like you could be swinging hard at him. He be looking you in the windows of your soul and just like you just see yourself missing. I'm like, I be wanting to kill him because you just be snarling and just dodging and shit. Then do a little runaway duck.
But
No, that's what's
y'all do
up,
have
man.
similar
You
styles.
guys know how he
Somewhat
just
similar
ducks his head and
styles.
just takes off.
Terrance, like when you were growing up and getting into the game, who was the guys that you looked up to, and said, I want to emulate this guy or I want to be this guy when you were growing up?
Definitely Anderson Silva, and then once Connor came around, I wanted to be like that as well. Kind of just mix those two together. And John Jones, like I try to implement like all three
That's
of
a
their
hell of a
styles.
mix there. John, Connor, and Anderson.
All the goats, for sure. All the
Yeah.
goats. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
mean,
I got like a deeper question that I think fans. Someone actually asked me to ask you this. I'm trying to find the right way to word it, but you came into the UFC against Matt Frivola, who's fighting Patty next. He's been on a crazy streak recently. You came in here and you had, I think that's the second fastest knockout in UFC history. I was actually at that card in Arizona too.
yeah, it was like the fourth
It's like
fastest
tied for
overall,
4 or
something
something.
like
Yeah,
that.
it's like right there because it's 7 seconds
Yeah.
for anyone wondering.
It's really fucking fast.
And if you watch Matt Frivola recently, what the fuck? Yeah, this guy smoked him in 7 seconds.
Hang on, babe. 7 seconds is actually not that fast, sweetheart. We were just joking.
Yeah, girl. It was just a jab. Okay. So then you had a lot of you still do. You had a lot of pump from after that, right? Fans were really looking at you. You win your next one again, and then the Drew Dober fight happened. You rebound from that, and then you lost those 2 in a row. And then it goes back to Josh's question, like he said, like everyone likes a comeback story. It's like you're good at doing this because now you had a 2-fight little skid there, and then now you come back and you're whooping the shit out of people again. Like, whatever you want to tell me about that. Like, tell fans about that.
Like it was hard, of course, because like I'm not a person that takes losing like kindly, like but I had a lot of good support team around me, and I had people like saying the right things like when I needed to hear it, like because honestly, did I need to go
bro,
up?
we fucking with you, bro. Good.
But really, it was all about just blocking out the noise. Like when you really have a dream, like you can either let them destroy it, or you can just let it make you. And I just refuse to let anyone take this from me. Like I already worked so hard to get here, so I wasn't gonna let it go. And I knew like I had to start thinking. I was like, man, I was dropping Drew Dober. I beat Matt Roller. Like, I'm still that guy. I just have to make sure I go in the right mental. And then my coach said something to me. He said, "You got too many people behind you to go backwards."
Ooh.
And that just hit me good, you know, because I got my son, I got my family, and just ever since then, like, God just reinstated the warrior in me. I was like, I got too many people behind me to go backwards. Like, I got nothing to fear. I already got knocked out, submitted. I said, like, nothing else can phase me now. Like, I can just have fun and just really just get better out here.
That leads me to this, because that was all mentality and how you think, but it's how you prepare that helps you have that thought process. So say the last 2 weeks before a fight, what does those day-to-days look like? How many times are you training? What are you eating? And how do you prep in the final 2 weeks after you've already done tons of work and you're really in the greatest shape of your life and you're like, I'm so ready for this? What does that look like?
Now they make me eat healthy and stuff. So what I start doing, I'll still just train like 3 times a day, but like I'll just do like cardio workouts the whole time, all the way up to my fights now. Like I said, like I'm trained to be Islam, so it's like every day I just try to.
But it's a mix, right?
Myself.
Like there's your cardio. It might be cardio wrestling. Then there's cardio striking, kickboxing. Then there's cardio maybe with some weights, or are you getting road work in, running miles? What does that look like? Because I don't do MMA anymore, and I know it's so taxing on the body.
Yeah. So what I do now, I do bleachers, I do sprints, we swim, and then like I try to box like a lot. Like I do a lot of bag work. I try to get boxing rounds because it's just a high pace, you know, and that's all I need to clean up was my striking defense. So like boxing people like that, your hands gotta be up. So like,
I mean,
like I'm constantly boxing, hitting the bag. Like I try to do it everything.
Okay.
Like I grapple.
For you to go out there and get
like
these quick ass knockouts that you keep getting, you got 7 seconds, 20 seconds. Like, do you have long reach, or do you have a long like length that you're just getting that first shot off on people? Because I need to do that.
Yeah, I got long arms and like I got pretty good accuracy with my eyes all not damaged. Only one fight like my accuracy was bad. It's because like I damaged my eye during the weight cut wrestling. I got eye poke. Other than that, like I just always had like a natural accuracy with like punching.
That's what's up.
Hey, T-Rex, I want to get your thoughts on UFC 294. Abu Dhabi coming up Saturday night. You know, you've been talking about whooping Islam. Let's get into the card a little bit. What you think about these matchups? We'll just do the main card. We got Saeed Nurmagomedov against Gafarov. What you like?
I got Saeed Nurmagomedov. I think he actually beat Jonathan Martinez in my opinion, and Jonathan's on fire right now.
Oh yeah, I thought he won that too.
Which one is the guy with the funny eye?
Oh.
There's this scary looking dude on the card. He got this funny eye.
Hey, I be thinking the same thing. Bruno Silva takes no easy fights.
That dude's
a savage, bro.
All right. We got Aliskerov against Alves. Pretty much getting.
Yeah, Ikram and Worley. That one's Ikram all day. I don't know. Worley's powerful. But
Mac, I ain't fucking asking you, dog. I'm asking Terrance.
There was radio silence, bro. There was radio silence.
I gotta see
something about like.
I gotta see their face. Right. I'm a face.
One of them looks Russian. The other one looks, I don't know.
Brazilian.
I'm a face person too, bro. I don't know none of these names.
I'm gonna go with you feel me?
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna go with the Russian on this one.
Ankalaev against Johnny Walker.
Easy.
I think Johnny Walker's calmed down a bunch, and I think he's gonna get it done.
Was it Johnny that said he was gonna that somebody broke into his house, or was it somebody else?
No, that was who he was fighting. He was John. Yeah.
that was Anthony Smith. That's
Yeah,
that
what's
shit was
up with
hilarious,
that?
man.
Dude,
The fuck?
He just going through it, man. He must have been
I
in
think he was
pain.
trying to motivate himself. That's
I
what it
picked
seemed like to me.
Walker on that
And
one too.
Like
Yeah,
he was
sometimes you gotta
losing
do
that
what you gotta
fucking
do.
fight. He was frustrated, and he tapped into something that had happened. Within the last couple of years, someone did break into his house. Like I think he tried to tap into that trauma.
CTE is real, bro.
Yeah. Hey, Max over here trying to explain it like he
Hey,
fucking knows.
Well, it made
It's not a
sense.
game,
It made
bro.
He's
sense.
just tapping into some shit.
Yeah, fuck it, man. Like if you're ever trying to lift that last set, bro, and you're like, you gotta think of something to piss you off.
Matt, grab
Something.
another Bud Light, bro.
Hey, I have this real like what helps me now too. What I'm gonna do is I just try to beat him to the middle like every round. So like it feels like right away it's gonna make me intense like it's the first round. So that's like kind of something we added to my game. So I'm more ready to be like active like each round after
Pressure. Put that pressure on him.
Exactly. Instantly you're already in. Like when you're keeping the pressure on, like you're always gonna be ready to fight. So like that's kind of what
All
we
right,
just
Terrance,
been
what you
working
think
on
about
and staying active with
Usman
the
and
jab.
Hazmat? Hamzat.
I want Usman to win, but I think Hamzat's gonna hurt him, man.
It's really interesting
In
because
what way?
Gilbert Burns fought both of them. Kamaru, he broke down Burns easily. He
really crunched his face,
and-
though, huh?
But that gave Gilbert a lesson, and he went in with the Kamaru fight. And then Anthony Pettis was like, well, I think Hamzat fought Gilbert in a crazy way because of the dehydration of cutting to 170. So now they're fighting at 185, and Hamzat has had success at 185. So
And he's just been lifting and stuff.
I think
He's
he
looking
always
strong,
looks
bro.
kind of scrawny, dude. Like he's super cardio.
You think so? In person, he
super
do look skinny,
cardio.
huh? In person, I see him in person. He do be tall and skinny, but on the pictures, he's been looking yoked.
I don't be seeing the yoke. But then Usman also apparently popped his knee, taking Gaethje down at the open workout.
Hey, I heard that was fake though, but the way he responded to it made me think that
Dude,
he
if he
might
would
have
have just
got hurt.
said, no, that's not what I said. It doesn't sound like it. When you're told that's what he said, you listen to it, you just hear that. But if you really listen to it, it doesn't even sound like he says that. But if he wouldn't have buckled down and said that shit,
know what I mean?
released 3 different videos, like trying to explain how that wasn't the case, I don't know. That made me a little bit sketch, but I don't think he even said that in that video.
I think the biggest concern in this fight is Usman's knee. Like,
No.
legit. When I
I
saw
don't.
the video and he said it popped, right?
He didn't, though.
He did. The
I-
fucking video.
Something happened.
For me,
'Cause-
it was clear.
and here,
then he
you
came
know,
back and defended it
Gaethje-
3
Hey, we
times.
about to find out soon, you
He
guys.
defended it
Gaethje's
3
face.
times. Like, not good.
Yeah,
We
he
already
did
know,
look
yeah,
shocked.
yeah,
a little bit
100%,
like,
He
right?
did.
And we already know his knees are bad. Like, I don't know, man. Like, Hamzat's, look, I liked Usman originally. If his knees fucked, like, Hamzat's going to fucking have a field day.
So who y'all got?
Hamzat, easy.
Yeah, same.
Bro, 2 plus 260 on Kamaru Usman is wild to me. Like, I think my brain probably takes Hamzat in this one, but it's not because of fucking knees. Dude, his knees
It's a
have always
fun
been bad.
bet. It's a fun
Yeah.
bet. But
Kamaru-
the knee
yeah.
thing too, bro. The knee thing.
It sounds like he's gonna try to prove something.
I think
don't
he
like when
legitimately
fighters
gets
have to
fucking
try to do this.
dominated here, where I did not think that 3 days ago.
I feel like I should just rep with my African brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Let's
we
go,
gotta do
Terrance.
it,
We
man.
rocking with the Usman.
I'm with
You
Usman,
3 got to
man.
rep together.
Yeah, we rocking with the Usman.
Let's put a bet. We gotta put a bet on him because he'll be the underdog anyways. Easy money. Let's go, Usmani.
Yeah. I think the power advantage goes to him, though.
Alright,
He's
here's the big
definitely landed more knockdowns.
Yeah. Here's the big one.
Yeah.
Islam, who you want to knock out, and Volk on, 12 days?
The way he was grappling, bro, I got Volk,
To me,
bro.
man, fuck. Volk at plus 270 is fucking laughable.
You gotta go for that. That's a no-brainer.
Tomorrow
I thought he
Volk
won the first
parlay.
fight.
Imagine you make that a parlay.
You feel me?
Volk and Usman plus.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
And they both hit.
Yeah, you coming
What's the
up.
Ankalaev line at? Because that one is ridiculous. That's Ankalaev all day. I'm sorry, I disagree with you on that one, Terrance. But you are right. Johnny's switched up a lot recently, you know? Like, he's being more calm, but I want to see
All
that
right,
line.
Terrance, who's the scarier fight? Islam or Volk?
I think
Really?
Islam.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, I do better. Like Volks is like, I'm sorry, bro. If I fought him, I think the way I'm explosive and like the way he's short like that, I can really hurt him. Like
Okay.
Who was
quick.
that?
Who was that?
No, it's
No, we're
not.
not gonna skip by
No,
that.
first
We're not
of
gonna
all,
skip by that. What was
listen.
that?
Did you just
Listen,
fart into the fucking
I
microphone?
thought somebody farted a long time
Sorry,
ago.
did you fart into
but
the fucking
it's
microphone?
it's the connection keeps going.
Nah.
Yeah, I seen that.
Or
Like,
somebody
I'm
tooting, bro. It
Terrance,
is
don't
what it
don't
is,
let Mike
bro.
off the fucking off the hook.
Y'all
like that.
ridiculous, man.
Motherfucker just shit his pants
Ridiculous.
on camera.
That's foul,
I just
man.
feel like,
foul.
listen, to be honest, Terrence, I feel like
Mac,
with
You
your
called it out, bro.
He looked like he'd be
That's
farting in there.
fucked up, dog.
Mac
Yeah.
Malley,
the
yeah,
only
right?
one.
He
I
was
hear
drinking
you.
the Modelo's. He got gas now.
It's the fighting spirit, not the farting spirit, bro.
At least
Okay?
it's not
We're-
Bud.
You know
Like-
what I mean?
I'll go get Bud Light right now. Fuck around. Seriously. I was the one that brought it up, bro. Something happened. Didn't sound like a fucking internet. It sounded like an
It keeps
AOC
happening.
fucking.
They got the toots on camera,
Hey,
bro.
the producers just hit me and they said it's Terrence's microphone.
So
I've
he's
only heard it once.
tooting.
I've only heard it
I've been thought you was tooting on us, bro.
Hey,
That's fucked up.
hey, you can't lie with
Why?
science.
We just
you know
busted
what
out
I'm
receipts. You tried to blame me.
Yo, that's why that chair got all them
saying?
holes in
That's
it.
what you do when you farted.
You tooting.
They just went straight through the back away from
He don't have
you.
to
It's a
smell it
blessing,
when he
you know?
does it. It just
That's
goes
why I
right
sit
through.
here.
Okay, what the fuck were we talking about, though?
I think you
talking
have a
about
really
Islam.
good style for
Oh, yeah.
both of those guys. I mean, the shorter fighter, in my opinion, is the harder style for you to go up against. I think you have a really good style to knock an Islam type fighter out because you wrestled. And American wrestling and Russian wrestling has been battling for years and years, and Islam has been proven to be chinny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. And no one can really wrestle like that. People don't understand. I can wrestle with any man on the planet, bro.
All right, so here's a question for you, Terrance, because Hamzat brought it up. I believe it was either Hamzat or Islam. I can't remember, but they said the fucking backwoods wrestling is better than American wrestling, and so
I love to roll up a
obviously-
backwoods.
Huh?
Amen. Amen.
I already had a
Let's
few
go.
today. You feel
I'll
me?
do one right now.
I want to know, like,
On the live.
what's your thoughts?
Fuck
All right, give me this. What if Bo Nickel would have filled in for instead for Costa instead? What do you think? Mike, you good, Mike?
Respectfully,
Can we
like
do this on
got a
YouTube?
dance beat.
I think so. If not, just don't. If not, just
I
don't
think
pan
this-
to his camera while we do this. Oh, that's that Mike Tyson fucking pipe, dude.
Oh, you
They had-
smoked out of a Mike Tyson glove?
That's a Mike Tyson pipe. Yeah, they had it
Let me
even
see
here
it.
in New Mexico. It's signed
Oh,
by
man,
him and
that's
shit.
pretty sick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
No way. Dude, I want to meet Mike Tyson, Lucky.
Terrance,
I don't
this show's a
know
little
Mike.
different
I
than the
never
other
met
ones
Mike
you go
Tyson,
on.
bro. I never met him, but
Uh-huh.
like I'm his reincarnation, bro, of his fighting days. I'm trying in this boxing shit.
I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Imagine Mike Tyson.
I'm
being
hungry,
up
bro,
back
like
then.
that.
Oh,
Hey, Mike
God.
Perry did call himself the White Mike Tyson like last week.
Yep.
I'm fucking fighting for it too, bro. I'm trying to collect that info. I'm trying to collect that like title.
Hey, would you box
Hell
Mike
yeah, any
Tyson?
day.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we gotta set
I
it
like
up,
getting
man.
punched in the face, bro. Like I really like that shit, bro.
No, I already know you're a beast. I see you take that
Man,
kick
that
to the
fucking
nose,
kick
man.
though.
Still be
That
all
kick
right.
is he punched and kicked me like 3 or 4 more times after that shit too.
Hey, man, I would
He
have had to
lucky,
shoot him,
bruh.
man.
He
The way he
lucky
kicked me in the nose
because
like
look,
that.
I remember that shit, and I hate to talk about the L's, but the lessons, man. It's like right after that fight,
Yeah.
I'm in the back, I'm in the locker room, and I'm like, all right, we about to walk out there. Let's go. And they like, it's over, bro. I'm like, fuck you mean it's over? They're like, they're like,
Hey, bro, I
he
know what you're
got
talking
you.
about, man. People don't understand. Getting knocked out is trippy,
They're
bro. I
like,
feel
he
like he
got you. I'm
teleported
like, what you mean
himself.
he got me? They're like, he knocked you out, bro. I'm like, no, not me. I'm like, no way, it was me. Ain't no fucking way it was me, bro. Not this Mike. No way. I'm freaking out in the back, bro. I'm like, and look, and Jose Aldo is in the other room. Like, we was in the same locker room, and I had did a prayer with them guys earlier, and like, I know Jose was thinking about when Connor starched his ass, and he probably woke up in the back like, damn, what the fuck? So I'm in that bitch, I'm screaming, and Jose Aldo went out there and performed, bro, because he was like, I'm not going through that shit again. Fuck that. So
Hey, bro, I know exactly what you mean, bro. Hey, so like in Brazil, after I got knocked out, I told my homies, I was like, that was an early stoppage. And then I look on the screen, I was like, nah, I was murdered. See, never mind.
Dude, that's bro. I mean, like that's the fucking game, right? That's healthy. Like, it's
I honestly,
interesting.
hey, still to
It's
this
trippy,
day,
bro.
I'm like, it
What
wasn't
the
me,
hell?
bro. That wasn't me.
Hey, we didn't remember. Don't count, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
Fuck
undefeated.
yeah, I'm
What am I
undefeated,
talking
bro. I
about?
just got here, bro. You ever seen that shit where they asked that guy?
You feel
They're like,
me?
how many genders are there? He's like, I don't know. I just got here.
Fuck's sake, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. Hey, where you at, man? You in Texas?
Yeah, I'm in Texas, only for a few more days, and then I gotta go to
Where are you
Oregon
from?
and
Mexico?
Mexico.
Oh yeah,
No,
for
Mexico.
your vacation.
Where I'm from, I was born in Chicago, but most of the time I grew up in Washington State, like Spokane, and then I moved down here
You
in
from
April.
you
Texas.
from some ratchet places, Chicago and Washington. That's pretty ratchet. It's nice out there in Texas. You enjoy it being out there in Texas?
Yeah, it's nice because I don't know anyone, so I can just really just like
That's
lock
what's
Mike,
up.
you
in.
from
Texas.
Detroit, dog.
Oh yeah,
Dallas, Fort
with
Worth.
yeah.
I know, even worse than Detroit. I'm from Flint,
You
but
from fucking Detroit, dog.
but Chicago's pretty bad, bro. Chicago,
Chicago's
Flint,
bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, bro.
and Washington.
Hey, and then I
Not
lived in this
DC.
place.
You on the West Coast Washington or the East Coast Washington?
Yeah, we're all like the
Yeah.
crack.
Wait. Is that the West Coast or the East
We don't
Coast?
know which one that is. It's both fucking crackheads.
A little bit of both, huh?
Oh, you talking about the crackheads that make all the decisions for our country?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah, them too.
Yeah.
Them as well.
Hey, do you support Trump, bro? Trump 2024,
Hell yeah, man.
let's
He's giving us free
go!
You know, he was getting. I need some more free funds. I don't even care if I lose.
I'll just take not having World War III. You know, I'm asking minimal shit here.
Ain't nobody fucking with Trump. That's the thing about him, bro. He's like, I got my finger on the button, bitch. Try me if you want to.
Yep.
Yeah, he's about to make history, man. Let's be
Oh
real.
god. Yeah,
Better
God bless.
vote
Hopefully we don't
for
go to
him,
war.
bro, 'cause-
Appreciate you coming on, brother. Had a pleasure, man.
Thank you for watching. Enjoy your fucking day.
This episode of the OverDogs podcast was brought to you by our friends at Stake.